Welcome to Strength Side. So one of our main goals is to have everyone be able to perform large complex movements, multi-jointed movements safely and effectively. Things like squats, deadlifts, overhead presses. And we go through progressions to get to doing those safely and effectively. Yet these progressions can still be useful to us after we've already mastered a movement. So these things that we have you do where you're up against a wall with your feet on the wall in 90-90, or down on your back on the ground, or on your hands and knees, they're still useful to us, especially for warm-ups, okay? So we can go through an entire progression as a warm-up to get ready to say squat or deadlift. And that's what we're kind of going to go over today, is a progression to prep your squat, to get everything activated, to create stability, to increase mobility, all these things, and overall just get the body moving, get warm. So let's go through some squat progression here. Let's get Josh down on his back. We're going to start out with a dead bug. Now we have videos on this. It's a very simple and very effective exercise. What we're going to have him do here is put his hands out in front just like he is, and he's going to lower the opposite leg and arm as such. Now what we're looking for here is just to have his lower back pressed firmly into the ground. We got a slight posterior tilt in the hips. Now to make this harder, he can lift his shoulders up off the ground. To make it easier, we can take the legs out of the movement and have him go up against the wall with his feet on the wall. We don't need to show it. It's fairly simple. You guys can all figure out how that would go. So, dead bug is awesome for activation of the core, getting hip flexors doing their job rather than flexing the spine, things like that, or extending the spine. Sorry. Next, we're going to go through a bridge. Very simply, we'll have him show a bridge. If you guys are curious more about the bridge, we have a video about it called Bridge Progression. Main goal here is to just activate the glutes. Make sure the glutes are working to extend the hip while he's in a neutral position in his spine. Okay, next I'm going to have him flip over into a quadruped position. Okay, and we're going to go through some rock backs here. So this is awesome for priming the actual movement of the squat. So he's going to rock back, pushing his butt towards his heels. And we want to try and keep this neutral spine here not going into too much anterior or posterior tilt. What you'll find is once you get towards the back, your hips are going to want to dip into posterior tilt. We're actually going to try and anterior tilt just slightly. What that is doing is it's increasing the range of motion in his hip. It's getting his body comfortable with that deep flexion of the hip. And what we can even do here is, so he's in a big external rotation bias here, which is how most people squat with their knees out. So if we want to actually increase his internal rotation, which may make him squat deeper, we can have him put his feet outside of his knees and then rock back. And this is going to be much more uncomfortable. It's going to be more difficult. You'll see that he's already starting to tuck, his hips are starting to tuck under much before they were in that external rotation. So this is just allowing him to get a slightly more internal rotation before we squat. Many people may find that they squat deeper after doing this. Okay. Next we'll have him just go ahead and stand up. Now we're ready to squat. We got everything activated. We got some mobility. We got some stability. So now we'll have him do a goblet squat. So he should be feeling pretty comfortable going into this already, having done those rock backs and getting his core active. So all we're going to cue is ribs down, slight posterior tilt, and put his back pockets to his heels. Good. Nice and neutral squat there. Nice and deep. Okay. And now the last thing we can have him do to really have him display if the prep was effective is once he gets down to his bottom of his squat, we're going to have him set that dumbbell down on the ground and try and pull his hands off. And we'll see if he can maintain position. Now what we did is we just took away his counterbalance and made him use his own core as the counterbalance instead. It looks simple and easy. Try it yourself. You might find it very difficult. So go ahead and try it out. Let us know how you liked it. We'll see you in the next video.